When I look at this year and the next few years coming up, and the peripheral of movies based on different franchises coming to theaters, I feel it's only a matter of time before a certain, as a lot of people call it, blue blur gets his shot. And the reason I say that is because video game adaptations, movies based on video games, are also. I'm just looking at something there. I'm simulating a schedule on NCAA Football '07 on the PS2. But anyway, like I said though, I feel, that a certain blue blur, if you know what I mean, right there, his opportunity will be coming very soon. And we're not talking just because of the fan film. We're talking about the fact that when I look at the peripheral of movies that are coming out, that have come out this year, or still to come out this year, coming out next year, and planned for 2015 and beyond, I truly think that Sonic's time is coming. Honestly, Hollywood cannot avoid it anymore. They cannot avoid this opportunity much longer. They can't, and that's the reality of it. They cannot avoid giving this character a full-length film. They can't avoid it. At Comic-Con they announced Man of Steel 2 would be the Batman-Superman movie everybody's been waiting for. And for the longest time, people were always asking, when are they going to do Batman and Superman on the big screen? When are they going to do live action? When are they going to do this? When are they going to do that? And as time went on, everybody started thinking, you know what? They're probably never going to do it. They're just going to be sticking to animation or comics, just a comic book just a animation, or just as a comic books period and stuff like that. Well, this past weekend, they were proven wrong. They were finally granted what they've been waiting for, and that is the Batman-Superman movie that they have been wanting. They've been wanting this Batman-Superman film for a while. And obviously they didn't care how it came about, just as long as it came about. And here it is. And to me, it's like, if they could wait, if they've been waiting for almost, since what? The late 80s, since 89, 2007, whatever, 2005, 89 to 2005, 2007, to now, to, last year and a couple years before with the Dark Knight movies. If they've been waiting for over 20 years to finally get this opportunity, to finally get this announcement, then I think if after 20 years they can finally get the Batman Superman movie on the big screen, then there's no doubt in my mind that a Sonic movie is unavoidable. It's bound to happen. When you take a look at Avengers, when people thought, well, are they going to do an Avengers movie? Guess what? They're doing an Avengers movie. Guess what? They did the Avengers movie. Nobody ever thought it was going to happen. It happened. And the way they did it was, the way they planned it out was great. The way they made it happen was terrific. A lot of people were always wondering, are we going to get an X-Men movie with some, if not most of the original cast back? And guess what? You're getting an X-Men movie in Days of Future Past. Yes, next year. And if you're a fan of the Guardians of the Galaxy, you've always wondered, well, are we ever going to see Rocket Raccoon? Are we going to see this character? Are we going to see that character? Guess what? You're going to get that. You're going to get that next year. For those hoping to finally see villains like Electro and who knows who else show up in a Spider-Man film, guess what? You're going to get that next year. That's exactly what this is about. This is exactly what this is all about. You know, it's about the fact that if this can all happen, at one time thought never to be, but now all of a sudden can happen. What does that tell you about Sonic? That tells me that down the line, and I believe sooner than later, there's going to be an announcement at Comic-Con of a Sonic movie. I feel it. I feel it's coming. I know I'm not alone in that. And if you're a fan of Ninja Turtles, you've always wanted a movie based sort of on the original cartoon. Guess what? You're kind of getting that next year. You're getting that next year in a way with the Ninja Turtle movie. The point is, the point I'm trying to make is, just because you think something was never going to happen doesn't mean it won't, because it takes time. It takes the right people. And to me, honestly, we're in an era, we're in a time to where sooner or later, before this decade is out, I guarantee you we're going to get the announcement of a Sonic the Hedgehog feature film. I guarantee it. I feel it. I mean, with everything else that's been announced, with movies like Black Panther finally being in the works, Ant-Man and stuff like that, more, if you're a fan of the Resident Evil series, more of that coming out. If that does not tell you that we're in an era, in a time to where a Sonic the Hedgehog movie, an official Sonic the Hedgehog feature film is possible, and especially with rumors and speculations going around that they want to remake and reboot the Super Mario Brothers movie and make it better than what the '94 film was. Then if that does not tell you, with that speculation, that they want to do something, I don't know what does. Again, like I said, we're in a time, in an era, to where every film, G.I. Joe, Transformers, the X-Men films, the Spider-Man films, the upcoming Batman Superman in 2015, the Avenger films, all this is just, and the new Resident Evil films and all that, these are just films out there. And with the thoughts that you're getting films based on Uncharted, COD, Call of Duty, other video game franchises, it tells me that we're in an era, like I said, we're in an era, in a time where I just have this feeling deep in my gut that before this decade's out, we're going to get the announcement of a Sonic the Hedgehog movie. I do. So, keep an eye out, because you never know what's going to happen. But I feel we're in this time period. That's why this title says we're in the time era of, we're in a Sonic movie. Basically the title is going to say something along the lines of we're in the right time frame for and era for a Sonic movie to be made. So that's all I'm going to say. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with that? And I'll talk to you all later.